Hello everyone and welcome to the Februllage with Flanzella series. We're going to be starting with day 1. The prompt is bubble and I have a couple ideas up my sleeve. So this is the pile I have for bubble. I'm not really sure exactly where this one's going. This one I was a little bit confused on, but I definitely want to use this woman as kind of like an Anna Wintour figure or something like that, where she's talking about like, you know, showing like beauty or setting beauty standards, and then maybe having like bubbles of really pretty people. And I don't know if the child works into this. I was going to do them in bubbles because there's just like bubbles, but I kind of wanted to show like the young brain and how the makeup industry, so we have like the makeup here, influences like a younger mind. Is kind of where I was thinking. And I was thinking of having like a bunch of women that were in circles. So this was cut out of a TV. So I was like, oh, she would be almost a perfect circle right there. Yeah, I think I just want to cut out like a bunch of like beautiful women and have this person who's like popping the bubbles, like they're ruining their day and in exchange giving them makeup. This one's extra hard too because it's the first day of Februllage. So I don't even have other pieces to have as backup. All I have is this to start with, and I guess, yeah, we'll see where we go from there. I just think that she is like the perfect position for popping a bubble. So this is what we have, but I'm definitely feeling stumped, and I think that something from like the 1950s with this would go really well. So I'm gonna head over and grab a couple magazines for that. Somehow already feeling stuck, but I just remembered this photo. I'm wondering if I need to kind of change my idea to something like this. And my third idea is using this and kind of cutting around this and just having like a bunch of circles like flying out of it. Like it's like bubbles are coming through. Then I have this tin that I've had forever. Yeah, like full of circles, right? Grab a whole bunch, just have them like flying out. I think it's simple, but it might be the right route to go. I just feel really stuck on the other one for some reason. If this is your first time doing Februllage and you're watching, I would say my biggest tip is to make sure that you're easy on yourself. You know, like it is a big challenge, and sometimes like I've been away from collaging for a while. If this is your first time ever collaging or you're collaging for the first time in a long time, it can be daunting, and it's a lot to like get back to it. So take it easy on yourself, be gentle. Also, if I wanted to do bigger circles, I have this. I've shown it in another video, but basically it has a little blade and you can put it on any paper. Make sure you have a cutting board down and you can turn it and make circles from 4 to 12 inches. It's linked in my storefront down below, but I love it and highly recommend this if you're trying to make perfect circles. We could also make some more circles, like I have these books with like all the food. I think these would be really interesting circles as well. So maybe I'll do that. Those are so fun. I love this texture, pretty cool. Let's get back to creating. I've been trying to get better at like finishing pieces off fully, and I think that this is a perfect size for it, like that, with it like flowing out. So let's try to use this as a canvas. For the first time, I took a time-lapse video when I was talking, so I'll try this again. But basically, I was saying that I could have it up here and have them trickling down, or we could keep them where it is and keep it more bunched up, or we could do like where he's at the bottom and these are all like kind of flying out of here. And I think that I like this one the best just because of his facial expression is looking up. If he was looking out, I'd kind of want them all around and maybe they'd be in the middle with like this monster of ice cream coming around them. But I think like the viewpoint is looking upwards. So I think like something more like this, and this also leaves opportunity to have them like coming out of the top as well. Since this one is going to be made of like 100 circles and lots of different little pieces, I think it's best that I go in and like kind of organize it and then start gluing pretty fast. But before I do that, I'm just going to scan it in so that I can make the final product for showing people online and digitally. And then if people really like it, make a print of it. Okay, now that it's scanned, I'm actually going to do the digital version and then glue this in the morning so that I can post it tomorrow. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this part would have been way easier to do if I had just taken like the circles off of the original magazine cover, but that's okay. We're just going to go with it. I feel like this piece gives us a second hand. I feel like this piece gives you a first-hand behind-the-scenes look at how crazy my ideas can drastically change from where I thought they were going to go to where they end up. I thought I was going to do one about the beauty industry, and here we are doing one that's really fun and about just opening the freezer and finding some lovely ice cream. In the end, I was very happy with this one. We are back. It is day 2. I'm going to clean up a bit and then get started on day 2. I did try to glue this down in the exact same way that I did it digitally, but I think this piece of paper is actually too small. It's a 9 by 12, so maybe I'll get like an 11 by 14. I kind of like the idea of having like more white space with a piece like this, and the verticalness definitely needs to be there because this one's like more outwards and I like the up and over kind of look and feel. And just from day 1, now we have so many other pieces to play with, so I'm going to just put these in the pile and we'll get started on postcard. So this is another one that I definitely have like barely any ideas on. The only thing I really have solidified is this postcard. One of my beautiful subscribers actually sent it back to me. She bought something and it had a return address, and so she sent me a little package for the holidays, which was so sweet, along with these vintage stamp stickers, which I thought were kind of fun for this, although this one already has like writing and stuff. And then I had these little plants as well from that kit that she sent, and this person. So this is kind of where I'm at. It's one of those things where I love the postcard a lot. Like everything about this, just it already looks like art. So I want to keep some of it. So I want to put something like here and try to keep some of this original pieces. I obviously like this side as well. I think it's a really pretty postcard, but I think there's something about this writing and everything. I don't know, it just feels really nice. So I want to try to use this side. I do as well have my Pantone postcards here that came back from the gallery that they were at. So they're here for inspiration as well. Like I wonder if I should do a piece that's a little bit more abstract like the Pantone series. I also forgot I have these postcards from Rosie. Like I like this one a little bit too much to just do this with it. Needs to be more than just a border, but I mean like this is really pretty. Maybe it gives us a little bit more room to work with. Already that looks pretty cool, but let's go to our bin and see what we hit up. These ones with holes would really be interesting. I really like this one, so maybe I'll cut that out for now. I mean, this one's pretty cool too. This could be like a little series. I mean, I even have one like this as well. Could be kind of cool. Double postcard. I'm just looking at the Pantones too, and I would love to be able to put this on a block after if I can. And these are just slightly bigger, so maybe I'll cut that quick. I'm really liking this, obviously, with that. And then even just having this, I feel like gives it a really interesting feel. From cutting it, I have these sticks as well. I'm wondering if it like could go in and out of the hole. I don't really like that. I also have these plants. I don't know if they're like too random, but I like the idea, and I'm pretty sure they're like knitted plants leaves. They're not like real ones, they're like crocheted. So maybe it's sitting on there. I like the red one. I'm loving the shape of this, but not the color, so I wish it was like a brighter color. But maybe we can find a little piece, something that's fun like this one. I mean, I'm liking this. This is a little bit more interesting. We have like a couple different things cut out, and we have different layers. Let's put this one to the side and try this one out a little bit more. Lucky for me, I have a ton of postcards. These are mostly from my great aunt. They're really beautiful. I think for this one, I like this composition already. I think there's something interesting there, but then it's like, what could potentially go behind it? Like, if this was facing the other way, right? Just to like give it a little something. I don't know if I love these together though. I think like this is like really nice. I like the colors together a lot, but it needs something obviously. Maybe this one gets, definitely like that one better more. Maybe if I can find something else to go here. Maybe we can find a cool used stamp for this one. I like the red, so maybe we can find a red one. These are the times when I'm like, I wish I could stop and do a poll and see what everyone thinks, but I think I really like this one. I'm gonna figure out how to move this over a bit so that it doesn't fully cover it, but I like this color palette. I am going to scream. I walked away and Fang came by and ate one of the pieces of paper off of my artwork. So I think I'm gonna have to cut out one of these just to like get another shape thing in the corner here. Okay, I've had to bring in a substitute, but still happy with it, so I'll use that. Okay, these are glued. I last second flipped these. I really liked the pink on the outside. I wonder if it's too busy, but you know, it was a very fast decision. I'm happy with it. These are done. Februllage day 2, we can check that off. For these two, I definitely say that their strong parts are the color. I think the color is really great and really strong in these. These pieces were definitely experimental, so I think they turned out great. Okay, we've made it to day 3. I kind of forget what we were supposed to do for this one. Escape is a very broad topic for sure. So I think I have some space ones, some fridges, and a TV. Okay, let's give this a try and see if it works. Moment of truth, if the vision is going to come to life or not. I was also having the idea, I do like the colors of this with the world, so maybe it's something like I scan this in and then take a risk after and cut this out and try to find something that goes in there. I was kind of thinking it would be funny. I have a couple pieces with like aliens in them. I wonder if it would be funny to like put one of my own artworks into the frame. If I can't find anything, I mean, this is pretty good. It also has like a big company on it. So I think it's kind of funny in that way that it's like, you know, these Universal Studios and Columbia and whatever are all here for our entertainment to escape our own world. We go into another world. So yeah, maybe something that is there, but I'm still gonna check. I'm still interested to try. I ended up not having time to try, but I do think that this one has a great meaning as it is, so happy with that. This is the one that I made for warmth. I actually didn't record any of it, unfortunately. I was just kind of playing around my desk and it happened so naturally, so I hope you like this one as well. If you watched my last video where I was planning my Februllage, I would say that this is definitely the one that I'm the most excited to try out. There's just something really funny about it, so let's see how we can do with this. This piece was so deceptively hard to cut out, but it's done. Let's give it a go. Really excited to see this. I feel like they can go there, and then maybe I need like some sort of foreground that they're standing on, and then just like these ducks are behind them. But I want this to be hidden as well. So yeah, maybe I need something that kind of waves. I think this is worth a go, so let's give this a try. So I kind of want them here, so I'm wondering if I need to like, again, bring in some grass or like other things to kind of bring that part in. This book is my savior right now. I think something like this will work. This is definitely like perfectly where that needs to go. I'm just wondering like what hills will go well. I like this here so that I can kind of tuck the boxes behind it because I had to cut that out because the can was in front of it. But I gotta make sure his feet are also planted. Okay, I feel good about this. Now I just need to decide like where the hills are gonna come in to overlap on this grass. Who knew that the green giant and some ducks would make this my favorite piece so far? I think it's so fun. It's very funny for sure. Maybe I'll make an art print of this one. So the next prompt is treasure, and this is one that I actually have a piece for that I've really liked for a long time and have had no reason to post it. I'm pretty sure I finished it on my finishing my artworks video, so you've seen it before. So I'm going to be posting that for this treasure one. That leaves us to move on to the next one, which is popcorn. And I have this person making popcorn. I have all of this actual popcorn, which would be maybe interesting to put her in there. But I have two of them, so now I'm a little confused if I should make like some sort of like mini series with these. Originally I was thinking like corn and pop stars, but I couldn't find the pieces that I was really looking for. The next one I have is this kind of like floating corn. It looks like it's like an almighty corn. I wonder if we could do something kind of funny with this one. Maybe it's like levitating in the galaxy, or I even wonder too if this piece becomes a pop star. Like maybe I could just get some black and cut out like sunglasses and put it on, and then have it over top of the corn. I think we got to get started by cutting this out. Something I always do when you have something like this, a lot of people would just drive straight through it with a scissor, but I love to give it like all the little textures of the corn pieces into it. I think that this just makes it look a little bit more well done of like a cutting job. I just got kind of a silly idea too, is that this almost looks a little bridal. What if we did pop the question, brackets corn, like popcorn, pop the question? Like what if this was like a proposal corn or something like that? Like even look at this. Like it looks like a bride going down the aisle. The issue with this idea is that I haven't really seen like a church or like a place with like a man standing next to a woman in a long time. So I wonder if I need to look through like new material to find that. Okay, so I'm just doing a quick Pinterest look. And I mean like these types of things I think would work perfectly. So maybe this is something that I bring into Photoshop and do online. This one, I really like it. I think it's kind of funny, and I feel like the corn would go perfectly here. You can picture it, right? One's even kind of interesting. It would just like be coming down the aisle. We also have this as an option. It's supposed to be like at a wedding. I think it's kind of fun. It's obviously an advertisement, but I could try that as well. So what did I say on the duck one? That it was pretty weird? I think we're topping it here, and this isn't my regular style, but I think it's kind of funny. It definitely feels vintage. So let's do a quick roundup of all the pieces I've made this week. Even though there was 7 prompts and I only made for 6, I still was able to make 7 collages for this time. I think all of them are kind of interesting. They're very different, and I was happy with them in the end. If you're just finding out about Februllage now, you still have time. You can check out their page on Instagram at Februllage, and you can follow my journey as well if you want to see these first at Flanzella on Instagram. And as we go along, Februllage is usually where I do the most creating of the year, and I make some of these into art prints, so let me know which ones you like the most so I can make sure they get turned into art prints. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. My links are all below if you're interested in finding out more about collage, and I'll see you guys very soon with more Februllage art.